Okay, right now I'm going to show you guys a little overview and a little run through of the first map that we got to play this weekend, which is called Bind. It's a two-site map. You have A and you have B. So we have the defending side, which is what I'm on right now. Run through here, you go to B, okay? This area right here is called backhaul. That's kind of the comms that we've put together. Backhaul, this whole little area. Elbow right here on this corner. So if you know somebody's about to swing on elbow, it's a good comm. I'm not too familiar with little spots like this, little nooks and crannies. We haven't really come up with anything yet. I mean, like I said, we've only been playing for like 2 days, right? Over here, this is called hookah. This one's pretty self-explanatory. Hookah connects itself all the way to mid. This is mid. Back to B. This right here is arches. This is where a control orb spawns. And what a control orb does, or I'm sorry, a capture orb, my fault. What a capture orb does is it gives you an alt point, anyone that picks it up. So whoever picks it up gets the point to their alt. Most alts have 6 charges, some have 7. You get alt points from a kill, a death, a spike plant, or a spike diffuse, and lastly, these orbs. I think this we're calling long. This right here's fountain. Pretty straightforward. This is called market. Right here. This whole area is market. This is short A. Right over here. The other side of short A. Showers. This is called showers. Pretty self-explanatory as well. There's another orb right here in showers. This is bomb site A. This one's a little bit more complicated than bomb site B. So a lot more angles that you have to kind of peek. Right. This is U-Haul. It's pretty much because it's a U, right? Like this, and this. Kind of makes a U. This whole combination here. It even looks like a U on the map, right? U-Haul leads to short A. This is default. Truck. I don't know what this is called, but it could just be called, I haven't really thought that through yet. This area is interesting, right around showers. If you're jet, you can actually boost yourself up over there. Oh, pretty good angle for holding showers. Anyway, that's heaven. We walked through the kind of like the whole map, but we're gonna walk through the defense side leading to A. So this is the defense spawn. You run up to A. This connects to U-Haul. Heaven's right up there. If you backtrack a little bit, you can call this heaven or you can call this upper. Upper and lower kind of can apply here. Pretty self-explanatory. This one's, higher up. This one's lower. So, or you can call it pipes. I've heard a lot of people in the pro scrims call this pipes. So you could do upper, lower, or you could just do heaven, pipes. So yeah, this is truck, U-Haul, short A. And then right over here, showers. Pretty easy peasy. Now, this is a new mechanic that Counter-Strike doesn't have. No game really has this. And at first, I'm not going to lie to you, it felt pretty weird. I didn't like it. But the ability to maneuver and have new strategies is really, really cool with these portals, right? So these portals are essentially, they're one-way portals, and they're super loud when you go through them. So if the enemy jumps through the portal, you'll hear how many people went through the portal, which is really, really important. He's Khan, U-Haul. He's U-Haul. Come to the portal. Right here. On me. Come through. Oh, no way. Okay, nice. Go plant.
He's
Okay.
too short still.
I TP'd. As you can see, this closes off, and you can't go back to A through here. There's 2 portals on this map. This one's just outside of the control, or the capture orb, I'm sorry. Now, this is a one-way as well. This takes you to A, right? You jump through. Now, this, you can actually hide, so you can stall for time. If you jump through the portal and it makes that noise, people know you're inside here. They're going to hear it, and they know. But that doesn't mean you have to open these doors. You can actually just sit here and kind of just stall and have a presence, and people might not know what to do because they're like, oh crap, somebody's behind this door, and they just sit there and waste time. Wasting time is really important because the round times are pretty short, right? But if you get close to it, it opens up. And when it opens up, that's when kind of the frags happen. So the reason why I say these portals are really, really cool is because it changes the whole flow of the map. It's not just a simple rotate anymore. It's not like, let's say you're on the attacking side and you work up short A and you're over here and you have a lot of control right now. And if you ever lose that control and you have to fall back, you don't just have to turn around and fall back this way. If you're all the way up here already and it's not looking too good, you got to fall back. You go through the portal and boom, now you're already in mid, ready to go. So that's why I think those portals are so cool. At first, I didn't like them because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know how they worked. But now, after playing it a little bit, they are incredible and they change the flow of every game so much. This is the attacking spawn on the map bind. Right goes to A, left goes to B. This is what the spike looks like in case you're wondering what it looks like on the floor. It's very, very clear when you have the spike down. So let's go over right. Okay, we go down to the right side. This takes us all the way over to A. That leads to short. That leads to showers, which is right down there. Then we'll backtrack. You can cut through here for a little bit of a faster and safer rotate if you're trying to run back to the other bomb site. Now this leads to mid. If you go left over here, this is mid. And now this takes you down to long. We got fountain. We got long over there. So that's what it looks like to go in from the attacking side. Okay. So here, I'm going to show you the map called Haven. This is the second map that we got to play this weekend, and Haven is interesting because it's actually a triple site map. You have A, B, and C. It's not your traditional A and B. So this was very, very confusing to wrap my head around, and honestly, it still is pretty confusing, but I just want to show you guys, some early access of what this map kind of looks like. So right now, we're in the defender's spawn. So we're going to move over here. And we're going to go over to C. This is what C looks like. C, to my knowledge, seems like it's a very, very good site for kind of your anchor character. Because it's only one lane. So, for example, if you're playing Sage, you can wall off this area, throw slow orbs, slow them down. Or this is a good spot for somebody who plays the sniper role. Because you have an angle like this. Or you can have an angle like this. And they're only going to come from this direction so long as your teammate is holding garage, is what we like to call this. We like to call this garage. You can get crazy angles by going up here if you're jet. Some spicy angles that people might not expect. I'm going to go backtrack now. This is the garage window. You definitely need somebody holding this because if somebody sneaks through these doors and tries to get into the site, your teammate's going to be left vulnerable, so you definitely need somebody to play here. These doors are really interesting because you can penetrate most walls in this game, but when it comes to these doors, the reason why they have lights, you actually cannot penetrate this until you fully break it. So I'll show you what it looks like. Yellow. Red. And now it broke. And now it's a wooden door. And now most bullets can go through this. So no bullets will go through until the door is fully broken. Let's head on over to B. B is really, really interesting. I think Sage and Jet can play here really, really well because Sage can use her slow orbs and her walls. Jet's really good because she could jump up like so. Sage could also do the same thing because she could lift herself up with the walls. This is kind of what the B site looks like. You peek into here. Here's mid window. You don't really want to peek this ever if you're defending unless you're trying to make a crazy flank play. Very dangerous stuff to peek this. You can use your smokes to block off the doorway. You could hide back here, but you got to be careful because you can get spammed. Very, very interesting site. Okay, so now we're going to go check out A. We go up here. This is Heaven. Peak Heaven, you got long. You got sewer in that tunnel over there. It's called sewer. This is what it looks like from Heaven. We'll go backtrack a sec. So we go through here. Now we're in site A. There's actually a little nook under Heaven. Goes pretty deep. This is what long looks like from a defending perspective. You can actually beat the enemies right here and peek this first. So you got to be careful if you're attacking because the defense will get here first. Yeah, this is kind of long. What it looks like. And over here is sewer. Connects right there. Very, very good headshot angle. So if you're a good aimer, pushing through sewer early can be advantageous to you because you could hit really good headshots from here. All right, so now I'm going to show you what this map looks like from an attacking perspective. This is what the spike looks like.
I got the spike.
Pick it up. Also, on the mini-map, you'll notice that instead of being blue, your marker is actually orange, and that's supposed to define who is holding the spike. So let's go run over to mid here, mid window. Right here, if you're trying to take an early aggressive sniper battle, you could peek this, but you got to be careful because you can actually shoot through this wall. So technically, you could probably line up a shot like this. You know the angle, maybe do this. And shoot right through to somebody that might be peeking over there. But this is kind of what the mid looks like from an attacking perspective. That's B. That's garage doors. Let's backtrack a little bit. We'll go to A. They could be in this position first, so you got to be careful on this cross. There is some sneaky stuff you could do, like teleporting to the other side if you're playing Omen, or if you're playing Jet, dash across before they can see you. So we run down here to long. Boom, we could jump up here. Yada, yada, yada. Little nook here you got to clear. Go backtrack. This is sewer. The timing of them getting to sewer is actually pretty quick. They can be right here. But yeah, this is what it looks like to be taking sewer aggressively. Go here. It's kind of challenging because there's a lot. Like, this angle's really high. And then you got to clear left and right. So you don't know where the person could be if someone's playing like a cheeky angle. You have to clear both. You come in from here. That's Heaven. You can get shot from. They could be hiding in this nook. It's kind of what A site looks like from the attacking perspective. Good smokes that are used is obviously throwing one up there. Really, really useful. If you're trying to make a plant right there. Right there. Jet isn't the best character to throw smokes. Brimstone is probably your best bet because you can do it from safety. So usually big hits on sites are used with Brimstone. Now this way leads to garage. You got to be careful here because of this crack. You can get sniped very easily through this crack. So maybe jump around this corner. There's a lot of angles to clear. You got to be careful because they could tuck themselves over here. And then when you're doing this, you got to be careful. There's the window, and then they could be tucked here, or they can be tucked over here. A lot of angles to clear. Very, very scary if you're doing it alone. And this is what it looks like if you're taking long. Now, this is really scary if you don't have any smokes. Because you peek this, there's so much to look at. You can get sniped very, very easily. So I would advise, unless you know that their money is very low and you know that they cannot afford a sniper, I would advise you normally want Brimstone to use their smoke
Here.
right on this ping. So that way you can safely walk up. Okay, this is what it looks like when you're walking towards C from attack. That leads to garage. Little platform up here that they could be hiding in. So the maps in this game are relatively simple. They're very straightforward, not a lot of clutter. And the reason they do that is just for competitive integrity. It's way easier to spot somebody. Nobody could be using a camouflage skin because it's just so super clear. The FPS is out of this world. As you can see, I'm running on 600 frames. Anybody's computer is going to be able to run this. It's honestly beautiful. So yeah, this was Haven, a triple site map. Talk about innovation, baby.